me making myself small to make other people feel good isn't helping any of us.
Mm.
I deserve to take up space. I
Mm-hmm.
deserve to be big. I deserve to ask for a promotion. If I don't make myself big, then there's a lesson in me that I'm not giving to someone else. If I'm not giving it, I'm taking it.
I want to spin into a different portion of the conversation, which this is a perfect segue with. When you're learning lessons and you're living life in a particular way, and you're day by day, you're just trying to get through each day. These lessons come up in small ways, big ways. But what I've realized is you're constantly reevaluating and reforming and transforming yourself. What do you believe your particular journey has called for you to reshape and rebirth and transform so you can like keep moving forward and you don't feel stuck or you don't feel like you're in a loop and you're turning your wheels?
Um, there's a lot of stuff. But I feel like one of the biggest things for me is it's gonna sound like weird, but like me making myself small to make other people feel good isn't helping any of us. Like
Mm-hmm,
you think you're
mm-hmm.
making someone feel good and you and me being like small, it's like I'm okay. Like my brain would be like, I'm okay with being small. I'm okay with not being seen. I'm lying to myself, bro. Like, so what I'm trying to learn now is like I deserve to take up space. I
Mm-hmm.
deserve to be big. I deserve to ask for a promotion or to promote my music. I was born for a reason and I deserve that space. Why am I making myself smaller so someone else can go in there? Like
Mm.
if if I don't make myself big, then what then there's a lesson in me that I'm not giving to someone else. If I'm not giving it, I'm taking it. Like,
That's
you know
crazy.
what I
I
mean?
Yeah, no, that's amazing that you said that because I've never thought about it in that way. I tend to struggle with the same thing, and what you're saying is if you minimize yourself, and it's not to say you're going in rooms to only be of service to other people, but if you minimize yourself going into a room, you automatically cut off the benefits somebody else can get from you showing up as who you are completely or giving all of you and being all of you. They could easily learn or get inspired or have something to take from that, but you're walking in there already belittling yourself and minimizing yourself to fit in per se or to make sure you don't shake things up, when honestly you might be in the room to do that, or you might be in the room to inspire or give other people a motivation that they really do need. So that's interesting. I never looked at it as like you're taking from other people by belittling yourself. That's crazy, man.
Like, this is a weird example, but in high school and middle school, I was really into anime and stuff. I'm still into anime, but like,
Mm.
I was doing the Naruto run. I was I was wearing the anime clothes. I was doing all of that, and like, I knew I'd get made fun of sometimes. I knew that, but I'm like, I really like this stuff though. I
Yeah.
like giving that energy. And one time, I came back to my high school, and this one kid who was like a few grades below me, when I visited, he came up to me and he was like, dude, I'm so glad you wore those shirts all the time because I would buy the shirts and waste money because I wouldn't wear them outside because I was afraid people
Mm.
would make fun of me. And like, you don't know who's looking, bro. You always think
Mm.
no one's looking just because they haven't told you. But there's someone observing you. There's someone looking. We look at people all the time and we don't tell them anything, bro. So like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
true.
imagine all the times we've done that. There's someone else doing that. And like by the time if you're not giving it all and expressing yourself like, come on, like you were born for a reason, bro. Give it to us.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. There is something to offer. Like everybody has something to offer. They just need to step into it, believe in it, and also remember it's for you and other people. Like that's the only reason it's available to you, so we can all share and experience that. And one thing I do want to ask, if it's okay with you, what is your concept of death and life? Because I see a lot of what you're talking about and a lot of what we go through on a daily as a constant like dying and rebirthing like every single day, or in these moments where we're faced with these, these challenges, there is something to say about like shedding, the old, or shedding what's not serving you to transform and become something new, or just remembering that you can be a different version of yourself but still be who you are at the core. So what do you see life and death as when it comes to physically but also mentally and spiritually, and being of an experience? Because you're not just Baba, you're like all of your ancestors, you're all the people who came before you, but right now you're experiencing what you are. So what do you think about that?
Like in terms of rebirth, like as you like you're right. You're always there's something always dying and there's something always being born at the same time. Like to give a personal story, like I consider myself a stoner. I felt like I've been smoking like every day for a long time. And when I started to be like, I can't do this anymore, like I want to pursue things and it's not helping me pursue things, there's a grief that comes that
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand because when something dies, there's grief there. But people
Mm-hmm.
don't only consider grief when it's like a physical person dying.
Yeah.
So sometimes a lot of people are processing grief and they don't know it's grief. So
Yeah.
it's like weird to like, it's a weird problem they can't understand because they don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like advice for like rebirthing yourself is like it's not like when you make a good change, it just feels good. like
That's true. Yeah.
like you gotta let yourself grieve the old version of you. Like you gotta
Mm-hmm.
say bye to that.
Yeah.
Um so in terms of rebirth, that's what I believe in. I don't think a lot about like dying physically, but I do know in the bottom, like in the back of my head, like I want to make a mark. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I get ashamed of that because I'm like, who are you? Like, you're just like a trivial dude
Yeah.
in this world. Like, why do
Yeah.
you? Most of us aren't gonna like make a mark, but then I have to like remember we all make marks though. Maybe everyone doesn't see that mark uh physically, but
Mm-hmm.
you are contributing, like I said, to the collective unconscious. When you give someone a compliment, that makes them feel good. Maybe then they give another person a compliment. It vibrates through the world. So later when like seven compliments down the line, when someone gives you a compliment, like you don't know that that started by someone else making a mark.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
So like you don't know when you like knock down the dominoes, you don't know where it started. You just know
Mm-hmm.
you got hit by a domino.
Mm.
And you just and it's really about having faith that that domino is still going. It's really because you can't always see it, but you
Yeah.
have to have faith that it's still going because that's how life is. We're impacting things in very small ways, but it's
Mm.
big. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're very right about that. I think that's one of the beautiful things in life and death is you are impacting something, like regardless, like everything has energy. Energy is constantly in motion. And to be honest, energy is the one thing that doesn't die for the sake of like what we're defining the word as. Energy transfers, it moves about space, and it continues like morphing so that everything around us keeps going. And when it comes to like death and grief, and even just realizing it's not always physical, I've been personally dealing with grief myself, just because of the relationships I've had and the like upbringing I've had, and grieving like my connection with my family in certain ways, because the actual connection wasn't pure, it wasn't stable, it didn't have a rooted and benevolent kind of like, benefit to me. And that was the craziest thing for me, was realizing that that was the case, dealing with it over the course of the past couple years and trying to figure out how to feel about it, but also realizing that life still goes on, and I don't want to be stuck in the grief or not acknowledge the grief in a way that helps me move forward. So every single day, I feel like whatever we're going through is a constant process of accepting something, transmuting it and transforming, and then giving it a new life with how you've absorbed it and how you learn to move with it it's one of those crazy things that no one realizes we have the power to do. We're always constantly like creating our own life path with the energy we get from someone else, and then we give to other people. So it is good to acknowledge these things, and it's good to realize that you have to, you like literally life keeps going, like life moves on. You have to, even if you don't want to, you'll have to push the next domino. You know what I'm saying? You might have got pushed unprovoked, or you knew someone was gonna push you, but energy is what it is. You gotta keep it going. You gotta move it along. Hey, it's UraelB, and I want to say thank you again for tuning in to this conversation. Your attention is extremely valuable. So if you took any value from this video, please consider liking, sharing this with someone, and subscribing to this channel. It goes a long way. And stay tuned for more.